So I've decided to do a redo, actually more of a redux actually, if anything. Just do all four Superman Man of Steel hardcovers all in one go. And to just do everything I forgot to do, everything I forgot to mention, just everything I wanted to do, but just like completely glossed over for that. And this is going to be like a longer video too. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the Man of Steel Volume 1. Now, for those of you who don't know, this four volume collection of four volumes in the collection, feature John Byrne's entire run of post-crisis Superman. Now, what is post-crisis? For all two of you who don't know, who aren't caught up on your comics lore, well, in 1985, DC Comics decided to revamp their entire lineage their entire DC lore with Crisis on Infinite Earths. This 12-issue miniseries is $30, which is not a bad price. Was just their way of, like, think of it as, I can't say Ultimate Universe, because this is, for people who don't know what I'm talking about, but it's a kind of like they're taking everything they didn't like about DC continuity and taking it away, and then just replacing, like, it's a reboot. It's kind of a reboot. They still kept certain things, but it was a nice way for people to start over. Like, you could start with this Superman run and be fine with it. You can start here. In fact, Nearman Condition, comic aficionado himself, starts his DC reading with Post-Crisis. Now let's get into Post-Crisis Man of Steel. You got the front, which is this awesome, this iconic Superman image. Then you got the spine, the only one that has the blue spine. Now, you might be saying, this lighting is terrible. It's the best thing you're going to get. I'm down here in the basement, and it's the best lighting you're going to get. I don't know how to edit that out. It's only that bad. And then in the back, you got this. This says the new Metropolis on here. Then you got your table of content. You got your, not table of contents, but the content of the book, what it collects. And then the price tag of $50. Now, this is actually a good price. $50 is a damn good price for this book. Because this would be $75 for Marvel. And Marvel, and don't say that it wouldn't be. They have two coming on three, actually no, one coming on two, I want to say. 2 to 3 Captain America trades that are 400 pages for $75. And it's this kind of hardcover. In fact, I think this uses better paper, actually. If anything. So now we go under the dust jacket, and then you get this artwork. The artwork on they went all out for this. Just everything, the entire presentation. The paper quality is really damn good. Just everything about it was just amazing. So let's put this back on. You always want to read your hardcovers with the dust jacket off. You put the dust jacket on, it's gonna look terrible. I mean, I don't care as much because I have books stacked in like a corner of my room, and they always get like bumped, and so some of the dust jackets on those look terrible now, but for the most part, I do like to keep it in condition. And if I could have helped it, I would not stack books. I would have them all on the shelf. But when you don't have as much room like I do, you gotta make do. This volume collects the classic stories from the birth of a new era for Superman, including the Man of Steel 6-issue miniseries by John Byrne, not Brian Michael Bendis. This is all of John Byrne's run in these 4 volumes, starting with volume 1, of course. I don't want you guys getting confused thinking there's 4 volumes in one. No, there's 4 volumes like this. You'll see. Superman issues 1 through 4, Action Comics 584 to 587, Adventures of Superman 424 to 428, and then profiles from Who's Who 87. Might make it be 97. 87 issues 1, and then it skips to 3 to 4. They don't give you issue 2 yet. Don't know why they did that. I think it's just the characters that were featured in those stories, but I don't know. Even then, it doesn't make any sense to me. Then we got Volume 2, Man of Steel. This is the front. This is the spine. You'll notice that all the spines look the same. but volumes 2, 3, and 4 have the same exact spine, the same color. I want to say at least. I'm colorblind. I can tell, I can see color, but I get my reds and oranges confused, my blues and purples. So this could be red. Yeah, it's red. Yeah, it's red and orange. I knew it. I knew that much. This one collects Superman 5. Oh, here's the back. This one collects Superman 5 to 11. Action Comics 588 to 593, Adventures of Superman 429 to 435, Legion of Superheroes 37 to 38, and then Who's Who profile or Who's Who issues. It's profiles from these issues, and Who's Who is just like a little guide book to little handbook of all your characters, which I don't care about. 13 to 22 of Who's Who, the definitive directory of the DC Universe. And 13 and 23, sorry. And Who's Who update 2 and 4 to 5. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. They put it so close together. I thought it was issues 13 to 25. But no, it was issues 13 and 25. And then the other issues, which I already went over. And then under the dust jacket. And this is the thickest Man of Steel trade so far for this run, which is really nice. That definitely makes the price tag worth it. And Volume 1 is slowly going out of print along with Volume 2, so get these down while you can. If you're a big fan, like I am, of 80s comics, then you should get this. I know, I was trying to say, like, I don't know what I was trying to say, but I lost it. But if you're a fan of this era of comic books, then I would strongly suggest you get this. It's basically what all of, like, this is what everyone who's a Superman writer now, I feel like this is what they're basing it off of. This is what they're inspired by. I could be wrong, but I want to say I'm right. Then you got Volume 3, which is the thinnest trade so far. You can already tell. This is the spine. Again, looks the same as Volume 2, but not Volume 1. That's the one thing I don't like about these hardcovers. I wish they all had the same spine. So when they're on your shelf, they look, that they're the same series. So then this is the third. This is the back. The third volume collects Superman 12 to 15, Superman Action Comics, and Adventures of Superman Annuals 1. So Action Comics, Superman, and Adventures of Superman Annuals 1. 594 to 597 of Action Comics, Adventures of Superman 436 to 438, Adventures of Superman Annual number 1, I already said that, Booster Gold 23, and then Superman the Earth Stealers issue 1. And then the Who's Who directory. I don't know why I don't just do it this way. I gotta do it anyway, so the Who's Who's. Who's Who update 87 number 5, and Who's Who update 89 issue 2. And again, so did I show this yet? I don't think I did, but here's what I mean by the Who's Who. So it's like this. Gives you a little bit about the characters and the villains and what have you. Again, and it's like this kind of spine too. So the spine, the spine, but the binding is that way. It's like curved. And you want curved binding, because flat binding isn't going to give you a nice spread of the artwork. It's just going to look bad. And finally, the much delayed, this just came out on the 1st of the month of March, and that is the Superman Man of Steel, Volume 4. This is the last volume of John Byrne's run. Even though it says the new age of Superman continues. Well, that's because he left, obviously, but I feel like they should say in the back, this is the last volume of John Byrne's run. Because it just says, in this fourth volume of Byrne's landmark Superman saga. If you look it up online, most retailers will say it's the last volume of John Byrne's groundbreaking Superman run. And then did I not show the other dust jacket, the other one? I'm trying to do this, no, I did, didn't I? Just in case I didn't, I gotta do this all over again, don't I? All right, here's the Under the Dust Jacket. It looks so like unorganized. There's the Under the Dust Jacket for that one for Volume 3. I just looked so unorganized, you know? It's like, oh, I'm trying to be more organized, and now I just fucked up again. I don't know why I'm so forgetful, but here's Under the Dust Jacket for Volume 3. Hopefully I did it before. I don't think I did. I know I did it for Volume 2. Because I was boasting about how the artwork looks Under the Dust Jacket. I mean, none of my reviews are going to be perfect. You know, I'm trying to do like what Near Mint Condition does, and most of you guys are just going to hop on to Near Mint Condition's There's Under the Dust Jacket of that one. Because he actually has something to say about the book itself, and I haven't read any of it yet. Which I waited till this came out to even think about starting it. Okay, so this collects Action Comics 598 to 600, Superman 16 to 22, the second annual for Superman, but no other annuals, Adventures of Superman 439 to 444, and then Doom Patrol issue 10, which I thought wouldn't be collected, but it was. Well, no, New Mint Conditions that might not be. Because, actually, no. Because he said that because nowhere said Doom Patrol 10. No matter where you looked it up, it didn't show Doom Patrol issue 10 being collected. Now this one I hate has this little, I don't know if you can see it, but it has like a little bend. Like when I open the book, you can tell like it has like a, yeah, here I can see. See? I hate that. I mean, it disappears when you close the book, but I don't like that. Okay, so in a Who's Who update, issues 1 to 3 for 88. Which actually does make sense. Never mind what I said before. Here's Under the Dust Jacket. I didn't already show that. Spine and that. So, should you buy this? Yes, you should. If you're interested in it, if you like this era of comics, which I do too. And for me, that was just because, like, back in the day, in the good old days, no pun intended, because that actually was, when I was getting not weekly books, when I was getting dollar bin books, most of them were from this era. They were from like late 80s to the early 90s, sometimes mid to late 90s, but it was always that. And I had gotten some orphaned issues of Superman, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, wow, this is damn good. And this is all of it. This is all the issues I was reading. Some aren't collected. I think some were from Dan Jurgens' run, which Dan Jurgens' run was good too. But I feel like I'm going to really enjoy John Byrne's run. Because I also liked his Fantastic Four, and I think that was it, actually. And I've only read a few issues of that. And of course his X-Men run with Chris Claremont. But I think he's mainly drawing that. I don't think he wrote any of the X-Men issues. I think it was all written by Chris Claremont. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's just drawing all those issues. But I would say get it. It's $50 per book. Volume 1 is almost that price on Amazon, and so is Volume 2. But Volume 3 is $30 even, and then Volume 4 is $38. $38.99. But for that thick of a book, it's worth it. Volume 3, thank God, is actually the cheapest one, which is nice. I'm going to say which is nice. They got oversold it when I said thank God. But for those of you who don't like it when books are like you get a page, you get one volume for 500 plus pages, and then the second one is 420 pages, 100 pages less, for the same price. You kind of get annoyed, but on Amazon it's $30. But it was nice. It was a good little run for. It's also a nice way to get back on Superman. If you don't like a whole bunch of continuity, this is a good starting point. That's what I was meant to say. It's a good starting point for DC Comics, and it's not too dated either. From what I remember reading, it was dated. You could tell it was from the 80s. But everyone talked normally. They didn't talk like, how you see like Silver Age books. They didn't say bah and all the time, and they all talked in exposition, and they all said what they were doing, like Spider-Man shoots his web from his wrists. It wasn't like that. It was they knew what they wanted to do. They wanted to take all that bullshit from Superman too, like all his weird ass powers. So you're not gonna get like super ridiculous stories, but it's pretty grounded in reality. They wanted to ground Superman in reality, and that is where this all started. If you really like the rebirth era of Superman and you want something a little bit more vintage, a little older, more old-fashioned, I would say start on this. This is a great place to start, and I am eagerly awaiting to get the Exiles omnibus, which I gotta save up to get that. It's $80 on Amazon. My voice cracked. But that's my next big purchase. I'm gonna wait 2 to 3 weeks, not this week, but next week at the earliest is when I'll get it. Maybe this week if I can persuade my parents. But yeah, fucking right. It's $80, you know, and I probably pay for half of it. But yeah, right. But that is it. That is my comprehensive. Made one mistake and I'm really annoyed about it, but my comprehensive overview of the Man of Steel hardcovers, volumes 1 through 4. We were originally supposed to get an omnibus of it, and everyone was pissed off about that. In fact, when you check the reviews for volume 1 on Amazon, everyone's ranting about that. I'm like, guys, we still got it. They could have canceled it altogether. You could have had to buckle down and buy the out-of-print soft covers, which those are even harder to find. I think one of them was like $100 actually. So good luck finding those for a good price. But that's it. And it's 9 volumes too, which that also kind of that pisses me off. It confuses me. How are they able to fit 9 volumes into 4 hardcover volumes? It's kind of fishy. Because I feel like at least 5, 4.5, 4.5 is out of 9, so yeah, that makes sense. Because volumes 2 and 4 are pretty thick, and volumes 1 through 3 are a bit thinner. Not too much though. That's it.